bunch of parts right here. Hopefully by
Are they the right parts?
We're finding that out. By midnight tonight, we'll have gears, lockers, slip yoke eliminator, steering done. We got some worn out junk in here. We'll fix that. Oh, here's trouble.
There's Grandpa Sherm.
Hey, what the heck you up to?
I thought I'd come see what's happening down at this place.
Oh, come on. I'm gonna bleed on this one. Feels like.
Slip off and
It's trying. Oh, it came out.
We have Fabrats Jr. What are you doing over here?
Putting a shock on my quad. This is from a golf cart that was on it.
Yeah?
Because my other one broke in half.
Tight. There it started coming. I wouldn't normally do that, but we're not reusing those. Want to see something that's crazy? Your Dana 30 had bigger axles than my 44 had in it.
Oh, yeah?
Isn't that nuts? Stock ones were junk in mine.
whoa!
Well, that was looser than I expected it to be.
That came out.
Yep. Smells great.
No.
That's a good old
Love 90 weight. We'll jerk the gears off of it. Put some gears on it. Put your locker in it, and then put the gears back on it.
NASCAR.
Yep. NASCAR out of there. Alright, we'll rotate that around. Ready for a locker. You'll be chirping tires before you know it.
Yep. Click, click, click.
So we put some Loctite on these because we do not want them to back out and cause us problems. Pinion bearings. These are the ones we're after here. Alright, we'll pull those off.
Did you build this?
Sure did. That's close. Close. Basically, we don't have the right part to fit over that. So we'll just trim that down until it fits. Okay, one down.
One on.
We'll set that on there so we don't start a rag on fire. This is a seal, inner axle seal.
That whole shot.
I believe I did that without smashing my finger. Perfect. Okay, that's in. One side done. This thing's kicking our butt, Gary.
filter. They're all inside the tank. And then
We're close, but we're still like forever away. It's going in crooked, it won't go in straight. Once you find the right spot, it just falls in. I just haven't found that spot yet. Hey Gary, did it go in? I got some bad news. We're gonna have to shim the pinion up. Update on this POS. We got the front end gutted completely apart. We're going back together with it. I figured out that we got the wrong carrier. The split on a Dana 30 is 355 to 373. So 373 you can go lower gears, 355 you can go higher gears. So we can't go lower, which we're putting 410s in it. So we're not putting them on that carrier, so we're trying to find one. So we're going to tear the rear apart and add to our parts list that we need. We'll have this gutted in no time. Alright, we'll pull that pin out and then we can drop this thing on the ground. Alright, we're going to push all the lug studs out of this and put them in that new axle over there, and then we got to pull the ABS ring off as well and get it ready. And we can fix the rear end. We're using a brass hammer so it doesn't ruin these. so we can actually reuse them. So you would think smashing it with a hammer, they would be junk, but as you can see, they're just fine with the brass hammer, so we can reuse them. We'll put this bearing separator on, and then we'll put it in the press. Let's see if we can get it to come off without breaking in half. We're upgrading to chromoly axles in this Jeep, so hopefully we don't have any broken parts later and get some good years of service out of it. That's what Gary's hoping. This is probably not the safest, but it's what we've got. What are you flexing for, Gary?
I'm kind of standing behind you is what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna
close.
put some heat on it. It's not moving. We may have to re-rig here. Got it! Boom! I'm gonna put these lug studs in first so I don't hit it. Done.
Done.
So we're down to Dars. He stopped by the shop and he may save the day. We're calculating right now on if this is the right gear ratio. If it is, we'll put this thing together tonight. If it's not, we're still hunting. It's definitely higher like we need it, but our locker's not gonna fit in there. That sucks. So disaster may have been averted. We found another 30 carrier, and it's had a bad day, but it's got, if you can see, I don't know if it comes across on camera right here, this one's a little bit taller than this one. That's what we're after. So we're dismantling the new carrier, new/old carrier that we got from Papa Dar, and we'll get it all put together. That ring gear has had a bad day. It's missing a few teeth, which sucks. Now we gotta take this locker out of here and put the new locker in it, because this one's Darwin's and he wants it for his Jeep that we're working on. That much difference right there is what you can see. So it's just enough to matter, but this one will work. Gary, it seems like we just done all this.
I think it is.
I'm about tired of this. Well, someone's put a rear end in the Cherokee and we didn't know it. So it's actually got a newer style rear end, which means these are 40 thousandths bigger than the ones we needed. So we're gonna cut them down. So we got her spun down. There we go. Just like we knew what we were doing. We'll do the other one now. All right, day 2 on the Cherokee. It was a late one last night. It was like 1 when I finally finished. Front end is put together. Ball joints are in it. Now all I gotta do is stuff some axles in it and put it back together. Rear end is all finished. Well, relatively finished. Carrier's built. Gotta put it in, set the gear pattern up, put axles in it. And then we do slip yoke eliminator and deal with drive lines. Sounds easy, right? All right, we're getting the rear end set up. We already ran a pattern on it. It looks pretty dang good. It's got 6 thousandths worth of backlash, which I can live with in this thing. But we're gonna put these on. It's a decent pattern. You look right here, you can see that it's running right in the middle of the gear. It's where we want it, so we'll take it. Normally we would have put new axle seals in there. Ooh, almost squashed my fingers. Now I get to try to get this C-clip in there. Okay, there's that. Now we push that little thingy-majigger over it. That side's in. Now we do this other one. We'll put that in. Tighten it up. Rear end's built. Winner. The silicone will stick good. Alright, we're siliconing the cover up. I like to put silicone on the cover side and then stick the gasket to it. I don't know if there's a right or a wrong way, but that's how I do it. Stick it on, roll it up, be done. Start to rub a little. That'll work.
It's tight.
Should be a cotter pin in that other box.
Action.
Alright, we got some problems here with this ball joint. First of all, the bottom one was too small when we got it. Moog junk ball joints, I guess. And now when you tighten this bottom one up, it's trying to push the top one out because the taper's not big enough or something. So we're gonna figure that out. The taper's just wrong. Push that ball joint right out the top. I don't know. Something ain't right. Hey, that one's in there. Let's see, now we have an oddball size. There it
We
is.
have Fabrats Jr. on his project.
Fixing four-wheeler tires for his grandpa.
Wonderful.
All the axles are installed.
What are you doing over here?
Putting these tires on those rims because those other tires popped.
Hey Gary, why didn't you tell me to put this other part on before I put this clip and tightened it?
Which one did we need?
So we're on to the slip yoke eliminator. Rest of it's pretty close. And where this one has this skid plate where it's got a long arm kit in it, it's kind of a pain in the butt to get the transmission mount out. And take the transfer case off. So we're opting to do this sucker in frame. Never done one in frame, but we're about to. We'll see if it works. Back and tap's a bad idea. I mean, I understand the principle behind it, but bad idea. Why not just spend another $100 and buy a slip yoke eliminator? It's working on coming off. Well, this is like the seal, so I can't get the case part until that comes out. It seems to be stuck on the case, or on the shaft.
Something like that.
Yeah. Now we can pull this part off. Now we're probably going to wish that we would have got this out on the floor to do it. And that should come off. I don't know. Usually when you take all the bolts out, or in this case snap rings, it comes right off. There's the pump. Pull that out, and then we should be able to pull the case in half. Chain's a little loose, but not horrible bad. Okay, simple. We just pull a couple snap rings and slide this off and put it on that. Stuff it back in there. That's about all there is to a slip yoke eliminator. It shortens the back of the transfer case up, which gives you a better driveline angle, and it takes some vibration out of it. The slip yokes aren't as tough. Yours had what's called a hack and tap on it, where someone wanted a slip yoke eliminator, but they didn't want to spend the extra $100 to get one, so they cut the end of the shaft off right here, and then slid a spline on and drilled a hole in the end and put a bolt in it to hold it. And it's like 5 inches long sticking out in the end of the transfer case. Had the right snap ring pliers for these, it would help lots too. Alright, that goes in like so, and we put it back in.
Oh, now I see what she's doing.
She came after my candy. Thanks for shopping at the shop. See you later.
That's what she wanted.
Okay, it's got to line up perfect into those cogs. That's a slip yoke eliminator kit installed. We'll clean this case up, clean that off, put some silicone on it, and put it back in. Why'd you let me do that, Gary?
Well, I'm not the boss. I wasn't going to tell you. I was going to say something, but I thought you knew what you were doing, right?
Yeah. That's coming back out. I didn't see that it fell out.
Take two.
All right. Now I can put these in. All right. Put a C-clip on. That on. Hope I didn't screw up. And I did. Once again, Gary, dang.
The pump. Take two.
That's what I thought. Holy cow. That thing doesn't feel very good either. We are going to build the steering on this thing now.